CD or whatever, like they might have a harder time with it. But all the people that have never seen or heard you before, they're going to be looking right past it.
So you said you guys have been touring pretty heavily for the past 5 years.
Yep.
I'm sure you have some very, very good stories.
We have all kinds of crazy shit happen.
The best one.
Yeah,
I want to hear the crazy shit happen.
I want to hear the best story that you have from being on the road.
Oh man, I know you guys will probably think this is totally lame, but we have all kinds of like the crazy psycho things happen all the time. All right, so I'm gonna leave that out of it. We were in Seattle, Washington. We were in Seattle, Washington at the Seattle Hemp Fest in 2011, and in the middle of nowhere, we get drive-by egged by people.
You get what?
Drive-by egging. Like our drummer got blasted with eggs. Like they threw a dozen. Like nobody knew who we were. We were just guys walking down the street. Like nobody knew who we were. We just happened to be victims of being in the wrong spot at the wrong time. A whole carton of eggs comes flying out of this car at 50 miles an hour, and it misses everybody except our drummer.
That's some real drummer's luck right there.
I would be the one to get hit by the egg.
Well, dude, you got beat by a baseball bat. Of course.
Come on, man.
Of course. This dude right here. I have my friend Sean over here. We are here at Ripper's Rock House with Adam from Rebel Inc. I have my friend Sean over here, and it was like 4 a.m, and you were in downtown Worcester. And what was it? How many guys were there that jumped you?
There was 3 of
Come over here really quick while you're here, because you're never actually on the show. While we're doing this is supposed to be a Rebel Inc. thing, but I do want to ask you this while you're here. Why would you be so fucking stupid to get out of the car when there's guys with baseball bats?
Listen.
Because you know you're going to get your ass beat.
No, this is what happened. Okay. We were told it was going to be a bonfire, blah, blah, blah. Long story
At
short.
4 a.m?
No, this is when it happened. This was like... It was like midnight when it all happened. I got in the hospital by 4 a.m.
Okay. All right. So you were in the hospital by 4 a.m.
So anyway, what happened was, long story short, it was supposed to be a bonfire. We're going to go hang out, drink some beer, whatever. And there was a car in front of me. Well, they went there with the intention to fight, and I didn't know it. I got out of the car. Guy was hiding behind the road. He punched me. And then we did our thing, and then I got hit with a baseball bat. And then after that, I don't remember what happened. I remember in the ambulance, and that's about it.
The what? The ambulance?
Ambulance.
So I must have misunderstood. I thought you seen them with baseball bats and you got out of your car to stand up for yourself.
No, well, I mean, when someone's car's getting destroyed, you're not just going to sit there. But, like, I was dizzy.
No, if you see people with baseball bats, you get in your fucking car and you go.
I lost my keys. I couldn't find my keys.
Oh, okay. All right. So you lost your keys.
I lost my keys.
I'm sure. Shut that door.
I didn't want to make this.
You lost your keys.
Me, so
First, it's I don't even know what to believe, Sean.
I wanted to make it long or
Do you
short.
see? He keeps adding to the story. I
got my ass kicked. Simple as that. There's nothing else I need to add.
You got your ass kicked.
My ass kicked.
Did you fully recover from that?
My hand's still hurting a little bit. That's about it.
Oh my god!
They had to take a fucking tooth out of my hand. That shit hurts. You ever had a tooth taken out of your hand?
No.
That shit hurts.
Man, have you ever had a hand taken out of your tooth?
That shit hurts.
Adam, have you guys ever had any violent situations on the road?
To an extent, yeah. I wouldn't say necessarily violent where we were worried about our lives, but to an extent, yeah. We did a military base tour back in 2008 to 5 of the most heavily deployed military bases. And when you're, kind of anti-war, anti-politic, and you're going into these places, like you're going into a belly of the beast to say shit that you don't think they're going to want to hear. But the reality of it is a lot of these people that are serving our country are awake to the bullshit that goes on behind the scenes. They're aware that they're getting used like pawns as tools, basically for somebody else's agenda. But you don't know that because most people don't talk to active duty or veteran military. But they're pretty much every time we ran into at the very beginning, like we were met with, police force, fire department force, like people saying they were going to shut the show down. We were blacklisted by the Marines, blacklisted by different branches of the U.S. military as far as if somebody that was serving showed up to the show, like there'd be repercussions. There was a couple scary times where you just didn't know how troops were going to take it.
That had to help with exposure, though, a little bit. I mean,
big time. It was the first mosh pit for Rebel Inc. We played our first show in April of 2008. Was our first live performance, and in June we were picked up to go on tour in August of 2008. So I mean, we were noticed by somebody. They picked up the message. They were listening to the music, and they said, we want to put you guys in front of that, and in front of the active duty, in front of veterans, and it was an overwhelmingly positive response. And first show we played on the tour, mosh pit instantaneously.
Wow. Sean is motioning to me. He has a question for you, Adam. What's up, Sean?
Okay. You said you guys have been to 22 different states.
Yep.
I'm sure you hear this question a lot. What exactly does the band name mean, Rebel Inc.?
Rebel Inc. is it's kind of a tongue-in-cheek paradox of people don't realize that anything can be sold to anybody. Disinformation, whatever it may be, can be sold to other people easily because all they have to do is trick you inside of your mind, and everything else will start to follow. So basically, like the name Rebel Inc. came from people are just like, that doesn't even make sense, like incorporation of a rebel, and it's like you're supposed to be against that shit. It's like, well, we are against that shit, but what people don't understand is that someone can create what seems to be a revolution and sell it to the masses as it is a revolution. However, it's a negative revolution, and people are falling in line. Basically, people will line up to put the chains on their ankles, put the chains on their wrists, because they're being told that this is a positive liberty, freedom revolution, when in all actuality, it's not. So the mouth is saying one thing, this hand is doing one thing, and this other hand is doing the other thing, and people don't pick up on it, So we just kind of brought that into light, and there's people that understand it, and there's people that don't understand it, But what we're bringing is music with a message to people that need to be awakened, that need to see, you don't need an authority to run you, and not only to run you, but to run anybody else. It's you don't need your government, you don't need all this other crap that people tell you that they fucking need. You just need to know how to live. You need to know how to get your own energy, your own food, farm your own food, all that stuff. Depend on your community, depend on your neighbor, help each other out, and before you know it, you've got thriving communities rather than destroyed ghettos.
Right, exactly, like here in Akron.
I'm from Detroit, you know what I mean?
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? So,
as far as discography, what do you guys got?
we got 2 albums. We released our first EP in 2009, 6 songs. That every song had radio play all over the world. It was kind of a great platform for us to get started. It was recorded to be a demo originally, and then it came out sounding good enough to where we were like, we can tour with this and sell it,
Right.
And then the radio started playing it, and not just playing it, playing everything on it. So we were like, damn. And then when we did the second album, we released that in November of last year, and in December, Jim Florentine named it the #1 metal album. TuneLab.com, the listeners on TuneLab.com named it the best unsigned metal album of 2012. Some writer in Austria gave it 4.5 out of 5 stars for Metal Underground Austria.
Are you guys? Have you guys been in contact with Jim since that, or not?
Yeah,
really?
Kevin, our guitar player, talks with Jim. Like, they have each other's phone numbers, so they shoot the shit every once in a while. But he's a busy guy, And,
Right.
And we are like we've sacrificed pretty much everything in our lives to do what we do. So we build everything, And Jim has been awesome for us. I mean, he's worn our T-shirt on that metal show. We were a pick of the week on that metal show earlier this year, where we actually held the album up and talked about us.
Did that help you guys out a lot?
Big time. I mean, we still get hits from it. In fact, when he wore the T-shirt on that metal show, I still get people sending me messages like, I'm in a bar in Idaho who's playing that metal show, and the guy's wearing a Rebel Inc. shirt. Like, is that your band? I'm like, yeah, that's us. Holy shit!
Wow, that's really cool.
But it's cool because he's doing all that on his own.
Right.
We're not saying, hey, can you do this? It's like he's doing that. And there's people that'll say like, hey man, well, why don't you ask him to do this or ask him to do that? And it's like, Jim seems like the kind of guy that's like, if he can make something happen, he's just going to do it. Like, you don't really need to ask him, you know. And
right.
So we're very fortunate. He's been super cool about helping promote us, helping promote the music. So awesome guy, and hopefully he'll make it out here tonight because he hasn't been able to see the band play yet. So
yeah, I'll be with him tomorrow. He's doing his own little podcast here.
Yep.
I guess for you listeners, it was Saturday night. But anyway, so you guys, real quick, one more thing. You guys said you all have day jobs still.
Yep.
What do you guys do for a living?
We got one guy's an engineer, designs different parts, whether it be cars or whatever it may be, designs parts on the computer. Our bass player is a tattoo artist. We have a guy that does I want to say like natural resource control. and then I work in a warehouse moving car parts.
Does anybody ever? Is everybody you know that you work with? Do they all know that you're in a band, that you guys tour and everything?
Yeah, actually, when I signed up to take the job, I told them like I'm going to probably. I got 2 weeks of vacation time that you're allowed at your job. I'm like, well, I'm going to be taking way more than 2 weeks because we're going to be doing a lot of touring. And with my resume, like I used to run a top 100 golf course and all that kind of stuff, so I've been in management and all that kind of stuff for a lot of my life. But they were just like, yeah, well, if you need the time, just take the time. So I found somebody, luckily enough, that will say, hey, you're going to do a good job for us. Like, if you need to take 5 weeks out of the year to disappear for a tour, like, go ahead and do it. Like, so I'm definitely fortunate to have that.
Right, and one more thing, where can everybody check out Rebel Inc. at?
Best place to go is rebelincmusic.com. That's rebelincmusic.com. You can download the music directly from us. You can place an order for the hard copy CDs, T-shirts, sweatshirts, stickers, whatever you want directly from us. We package it up at our house. We send it out to you. Or you can get us on iTunes. You can get us on CD Baby, Amazon, MP3. For people that got Xbox 360 in the marketplace, you can download us through Zune right under your Xbox 360.
Oh, wow. That's
and
really
jam our shit while you're playing your games, you know, so.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you, Adam. Adam from Rebel Inc. was here. You can check them out at www.rebelincmusic.com. Thank you very much for coming on the show, Adam.
Appreciate you having me, man. Thank you very much.
Yep. I will talk to you later.
Peace.